Hi guys, and welcome back to another DrAce video, and today we're going to be playing Ride 4. We're going to be using the Yamaha FZR 750R OW01EM from 1989, Wayne Rainey's bike. Out of all of them, there's absolute carnage on the track right now, and we are going to pull over to one side and have a little bit of a break. Now this idea only just popped into my head because I was absolutely fed up with trying to restart this race without a rider crashing, so let's just have a little bit of a break, have a moment, and then start with the riders getting a good advantage. 16 seconds is the advantage to Hirokazu Morikawa, who is in the lead. Sorry if I butchered that name. And speaking of not butchering, because Mad.Max is the genius behind creating this livery, far from butchery, he has done an absolutely amazing job with this fantastic livery. The helmet, the leathers, and of course the bike itself. Amazing job, Max. Very, very impressed with this one. Unfortunately, I don't know much about the Endurance World Championships, and I don't know much about Wayne Rainey's performance within the Endurance World Championships, so unfortunately I can't really mention too much about it, but I have seen images for this, and he has done an absolutely amazing job replicating this bike. As good a job as Sergio can do. You guys are honestly the best at making livery, so I'm really happy with this one, and I hope you guys enjoy looking at this wonderful livery. If you've seen my livery videos before, you know the aces create them. I do the video, and you can check out the full circle of the bike at the end of the video. Of course, if you are on PC, you can download these liveries and use them for yourself, but if you're not, I'm sure Sergio has made some on Xbox, and there's probably a few others on PlayStation as well. But upon that note, that is the intro complete, because we are now going into the spoon curve for turn 13, and we are going to start pursuing all of the riders ahead of us. So from Sergio Yaiki, Thiago Aguilar, and the Japanese rider in first place. I don't dare to pronounce that name once again, but bringing on the acceleration now, just approaching 12 PM, and you will notice in the bottom left hand corner of your screen there, the time is going rapid right now. And the reason being, I'm trying to make a small simulation of an actual endurance race. Now, Mad.Max did mention about if I wanted to do an endurance race, by all means go for it, but unfortunately, I'm a little bit tired at the moment, and I'm staying up again to do this particular video, so I don't know whether I've got it in me to do an hour or two at Suzuka. And quite honestly, I have played Suzuka so much in recent memory of Ride 4 that I don't think I'm fancying doing an endurance race at this moment in time. Although, potentially during or after Christmas, I do rather fancy an endurance race. It's been too long. It's definitely been too long since I last did a good old-fashioned endurance race. It's just a shame the AI in Ride 4 aren't really that competitive. If they are, then I would be down to do a lot more endurance races, and I really do want to actually, eventually, I don't know when, to tackle the 8 hours and potentially the 12 hours and the 24 hours, who knows. But that is why it's going very fast, and we are on the cusp of actually getting onto the 9th place in just a moment's time, going into the left hand of the Dunlop curve. Very bobbly moment there, so be very careful as you go into the left hand side, but now into the right hand side for quite possibly the most toughest corner here in Suzuka. Turn 8, the Degner curve, can be very unreliable, that corner. You can go a little bit too tight to the apex, and you can have a bad time. Go a little bit loose. Oh, speaking of loose, getting really close to the rear of Nico Raicher there. Almost sent him loose, sending him into the walls, no less. But we do go around the outside of Paul Weschler now, and we do have the Turkish rider ahead of us. So we'll get to the right-hand side for the 200R, then flick it to the left-hand side. Beautifully executed move, if I do say so myself. Now up into 7th place already, so not bad, but we are trailing by 9 seconds. So into the spoon corner for the second time of asking in today's video with Wayne Rainey's fantastic Yamaha. We have a bit of time to play with. We still have plenty of laps to do and plenty of overtakes to still be had, so good times had by all. So if you're enjoying this video so far, I would urge you to hit that subscribe button and also hit the like button as well. It helps out the channel quite a lot, and we are on the charge for 2,500 subscribers by the end of the year, and I would very much appreciate your assistance. But now, after taking a few more riders, going up into 5th place, we'll go hard on the brakes for the right-hander for the Casio triangle. So flick it to the right, flick it to the left, using a little bit of rear brake just to slow the Yamaha down. We don't want to be rushing into there too fast, so there you go. Not too bad. So onto the right-hand side now, getting across the line. We are 17.751 seconds clear from the previous lap. For obvious reasons, we did stop at the pit lane to get a little bit of a different start in this one. We now have Daan Schmal, the Dutchman, just ahead of us on track in 4th position. We'll take him in just a moment's time. So as we go into the left-hander for Snake for turn 3, and then for the right-hander for Snake for turn 4 as a continuation of one of the best corners ever made. I love this section of track. It's really what I think of when I think of Suzuka. It's this particular part. The Snake going up into the anti-banked curve, and then for the left-hander for the Dunlop curve as well. So we'll try and go round the outside of Mr. Schmal on board the Yamaha. So onto the left-hand side we will go, touching that little bit of a bouncy part there. You have to be very careful as we now chuck out the right boot going into the right-hander. We do manage to nail the Degner curve, and now into 4th position. We only have 3 riders ahead of us. The Italian of Rebecca Shino, someone else, and I'm not going to try and pronounce that name again. Oh, go on then, I will. Hirokazu Morikawa. There you go. I tried it as we get a bit of a wheelie coming out of the corner as we now go on the right hand side. The South African Ben Wilson, another rider in the AI category we've battled in the past, but we do make a move up on the inside of Rebecca Shino, and now it's time to strike at the South African ahead of us, Mr. Wilson, as we go on the left hand side for Spoon Curve. Keep it pinned to the left hand side and then continue to push into the corner, just going for the tighter apex, so a little bit eager on the acceleration. He's seen the bike just get out of shape, but we have now flew past Ben Wilson and we are giving chase to the Japanese rider in 1st place. I know you wanted me to say it again, but it's not happening. So on the left hand side we will go for 130 after turn 15, super close to the apex there. I do that quite often here in Suzuka, and every single time I do it I wince a little bit. I just take a sharp intake of breath and just panic for a small amount of seconds and then continue pushing, because I always get so close to the apex there. I always get the sensation and feeling that I'm just going to clip it too much and I'm going to fly off the motorcycle. Now I'm actually really surprised how quickly we've caught up the rider ahead of us. 0.8 of a second is the gap. We might be able to pass this rider ahead before the last lap. In fact, we will definitely pass him before the last lap even begins. This is crazy. And the time is actually making quite a difference. It's approaching 5 PM now, and the lights are getting a bit dimmer. The floodlights will be on soon. The lights on the motorcycle will be on very, very soon as well. I'm keen to see how much of a challenge this is going to be, because I've been so used to the bright, colourful skies and daylight here in Suzuka, then what's it going to be like when it gets a little bit dark, a little bit overcast, and a little bit miserable? But for the now, we're going around the outside of the man on board the Kawasaki Ninja, and beautifully done. We're going in the right-hander for the Degner curve as the man leading this race. May I remind you, we gave them a 16-second head start, and we've already done it within 4 laps. Now, I did consider maybe changing the laps at first. I didn't think 5 laps was going to be enough, but our lap time of a 2:06.220 has been pretty rapid so far. I'm not entirely sure what lap times the AI has been doing, but I would like to think I'm taking roughly 3 or 4 seconds. It'll have to be more. It's going to have to be literally 4 seconds. Quick maths in my head tells me it's roughly about 4 seconds quicker than what the AI are doing, but now it is getting a little bit darker. There you go. I've never actually seen the floodlights appear on Ride 4. It used to be that the floodlights were always on permanently, just a little bit of a glitch that used to happen, but there you go. On the penultimate lap, DrAce is in the lead, riding as Wayne Rainey, made by Mad.Max, who did an absolutely stellar job once again. Thank you very much, Mad.Max, for this one. You'll see towards the end of the video the old spin around the bike, and of course a shout out to Mad.Max once again for that. But now going into the final section of Suzuka, the Casio Triangle is approaching very, very quickly. So we now go on the right-hand side for the right-hander, for the left-hander, and then once again for the right-hander again. Now, just to mention as well, I don't think I did mention it, so why not let it fly and mention it anyway. The electronic settings I'm using for this particular bike are engine braking on 2, anti-wheelie on 0, and TCS all on 0. This seems to be my favourite thing to use right now on Ride 4, and I must confess I was really proud of my riding style in today's video. I think it looked rather smooth, and I had a blast. I really had a blast with this one. I wasn't sure how I would feel with Suzuka again, because as I mentioned, I've just done it a lot recently, and I'm really happy to be here in this Japanese circuit, beating the Japanese man in 2nd place and Ben Wilson in 3rd. So all in all, a wonderful race if I do say so myself, but the lights have gone brighter and the sky has gone darker, and it has gone dark very, very quick. It's like England right now. It goes bloody dark, bloody quick. But now onto the right-hand side for the Degner curve. I'm feeling very confident right now. Little bit of a wheelie for the fans, for the aces, for the subscribers, for the viewers, and for the people who leave the like. So have another extra wheelie for you people, because we're winning here in Suzuka after being down by 16 seconds. I'm really enjoying this one, I really am. Also, just as something else to mention, which I didn't even mention, I neglected. I'm using soft front and soft rear. I thought the soft tyres would just disappear really quickly, and it would make it even more entertaining and exciting. And I guess I didn't even mention it, so I failed on that part, but I did use the soft option tyres, and we're now going on the right hand side at 2000 hours, approaching the left hander for Degner curve, nice and gentle on the brakes there. If you don't want to stick your left leg out, or your right leg out, depending on which corner you're doing, don't brake fully, brake halfway, and then you'll just gently go into the corner without chucking out your legs. So if you're not a fan of that, either turn it off or also brake a little bit more gentle. But upon that note, we are approaching the last part of this video, which I'm sad to say is coming to an end. But what an incredible bike, what an incredible livery. Really enjoyed this one. I'll definitely be using this bike more often. I think I've already used it quite a lot, but this bike feels fantastic. If you haven't used this bike yet, I highly recommend you give it a go. And maybe it's a contender for a short list potentially for another top 10 videos. I'm not entirely sure. Sorry, I was trying to do a big wheel at the end there, but I couldn't seem to get it right. But upon that note, that is going to be the Grand Prix. I hope you enjoyed that one so far. We'll take a look at the bike in just a moment as well, just to give you a proper run round and have a look at the lap times as well. But goodness me, we were 5 seconds quicker than the man in second place. The 5 seconds quicker in the fastest lap. That is unbelievable. Wow. But there you have it, guys. That is the Yamaha FZR 750, everything else. Shout out to Mad.Max for making this wonderful Wayne Rainey livery. I think it's fantastic. You've done an amazing job, and I'm very, very happy with it. So guys, upon that note, thank you very much for watching the video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button and also consider subscribing as well. Let me know in the comment section down below what you want to see next, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys, and ciao for now. Oh hi, didn't quite see you there. Good to see you're still here. If this video didn't quite set your appetite, then why not watch some more DrAce content by clicking the video shown on screen now. Furthermore, if you would like to follow me on social media, you can do so now with the links down in the description. Consider subscribing so you don't miss a single DrAce video.